Hello, it is Monday, July 6th today. These days all start running together. Technically, the coronavirus plus 100 videos. Record-breaking cases again today in Dallas. Over 1,200 people. Our hospitals are filling up. No end in sight to this spread. I have noticed people definitely are following the mask rule, at least in this area of town. This area of town, I guess, I don't know, because it's an urban area. Um, it has become a more affluent area, even though I'm not. I bought here at the right time, with a higher degree of education. This neighborhood here, so maybe I'm in a bubble because of it, but I have just seen much more compliance with mask wearing, and which is a good thing. So hopefully, after a few weeks of us wearing masks and socially distancing, we'll start bringing those numbers down. But in the meantime, it's a wildfire out there. I mean, every day I think it's just as bad as it can get, and then the following day it's like, no, it's going to be worse. Nothing major to report except a very curious thing happened today. I got a kind of a panicked phone call from my mother around 3 o'clock. It seemed that my nephew had been supposedly arrested in Oklahoma City for a DUI causing bodily harm to someone. She received a phone call from him from the jail, and he was in a panic state. And then he said the attorney would call her, and so the attorney did, and his bail would be $6,000. So that means it was $60,000. Because apparently the bodily injury was to a pregnant woman who was in the hospital. And my mother's in a panic because, she doesn't know what to do. She wants to help get him out, but he's in Oklahoma City. On and on and on and on and on. And I'm on the phone and I'm going, something doesn't sound quite right. And because my mother, she said, there's one thing that bothered her. It just seemed like she couldn't quite get the full detailed story of exactly. She got details that were shocking, but like how she could, information about the jail and stuff wasn't very clear or specific, nor when she talked to my nephew or to the lawyer who called her. Anyhow, but she was going to go try to get the $6,000, go into the bank. And I said, whoa, stop. Because, I work with police and I work with investigators, and there's just something that went, something's wrong. I was walking my dog. I actually did a long walk today, mid-afternoon. I said, hold on. Don't do anything. Let me get home. Let me get situated. Text me the information of what you know. Got online. Went to Oklahoma's prison system for the city of Oklahoma. My nephew was not arrested. There's no record of him at all. And I know sometimes it can take up to 24 hours to update, but there's a way to find out if they're already arrested, but it's not showing up yet on the system that we can, as the public, see. So I called Oklahoma prisons and the county, the jails, and had them do a search for him. Nothing showed up, and I said, well, if he was arrested in the last 24 hours, wouldn't have already shown up? And she said, there's a possibility. It was after midnight. They wouldn't see it for 4 to 5 hours. But she said, I doubt he would have already gotten a lawyer and the bail set so fast. She said, we're fast here in Oklahoma, but I think that's a little too fast. She said, there's a red flag. It's giving me a red flag, but do with it whatever, or check back with us in 4 to 5 hours. So, So then I went to social media. Went to Facebook. And my nephew does not post very often on Facebook, but you can find out via Messenger if he's got his Facebook up, because there's a little green dot on Messenger, and it was. So I messaged him and I said, where are you right now? And he said, in Chicago, having lunch, a late lunch or whatever it was. The message back, and it's like, so you're not in Oklahoma City? No. So apparently somebody got my mother's number, called her, made it seem like it came from Oklahoma. Attorney called her also from Oklahoma. The startling thing is the person on the phone that called my mother impersonated him, so she thought she was talking to my nephew. I mean, he's 31. Somehow or other, they were able to make it sound like it was David, that's my nephew's name, speaking. It sounded like him on the phone. Furthermore, he peppered in some information about, talking to about his dad and his mom, had that information. So he had, through the conversation, he was able to pepper information so that any doubt of whether it was him was removed. So it's startling that this was coordinated in such a way to fool my mother or try to fool her. The red flag was that something, it was a little bit, it just seemed a little inconsistent when the attorney called to do the bail bond, and she was unclear about that, and that's why part of the reason she was calling me, because she figured I would know. But I reverse checked the phone numbers. The one phone number from the jail had actually one digit too many, which was interesting. But basically, I figured it out. It basically traces back to China. And then the other phone number was from Oklahoma, but the phone number, you know how you can go to some stores and just buy a phone for use for about a week or two? That series of digits indicated that that's the kind of phone that was being utilized. Because I did try to call the attorney, and it went to a Google Mail account, voicemail account, but not like the regular kind. It's the type that you get when you buy those phones. And I was like, oh. So anyhow, but then when I was chatting online with my nephew, and I called my mother, but I said, guess who I'm talking to right now online? And she was so relieved, but at the same time, we were both shocked, but kind of impressed, because that took a lot of gumption on these con artists to do this. And it was a little startling about being able to mimic his voice. There is technology for that now where they can take voice samples of you and then create a program. So be careful out there, because it happened. Of course, we didn't send money or do anything like that. I've contacted the Dallas police, and they never called me back, but for the financial crimes unit. But I'm sure I'll hear from them tomorrow. But I got as much information as I could, because I did talk to the attorney, and so I was just jotting down information left and right. And I could tell in the process that it was a scam, but I was pretending I was totally innocent so I could get as much information out of him. So anyway, I'll turn that over to the police tomorrow. So that was the excitement today. So crime, but a little startling because of the way it was executed. It was I guess the new technology for con artists, and anyhow, but yeah, so be careful out there. So I guess people have gotten really creative during this COVID time, and what a way to kind of give you a wake-up call about how expert these con artists have gotten. And as I say, I sensed something was wrong, but... And it was, obviously. So we'll see what I don't know what much more the police can do, because I know those numbers will not be able to be traced because it's a temporary phone. The person can just ditch that phone. So, but I'll still report it. But yeah. So that's the news. So at least I got to talk to my nephew today. So even though we didn't talk on the phone, we chatted online, and I haven't talked to him in months. So it was good to catch up with him. So yeah. So that was my day today. What a way to wrap up the plus 100 coronavirus days. Record-breaking numbers in Dallas, hospitalizations at the highest capacity it's ever been, and crime. So that is my news, and with this one, I'm wrapping up this chunk of videos. I'll start a new chunk tomorrow. But if you watch this, please like, subscribe, or ring the notification bell. Please subscribe. I want to get up to 70 subscribers. I'm at 63. I want to get to 70. Please just subscribe and ring the notification bell. And if I don't see, well, I'm isolated. I'm not going to be seeing anybody unless you happen to be a CPS case. Then you really don't want to see me. I did have that happen to me. Somebody I knew that I've known for a while. I haven't seen this person in years, but I actually ended up, I was like, surprise, seeing me. So anyway, but that's a story. But that happened, and it happened a while ago. But I've been doing this so long. Anyway, have a good evening. If you watch this tonight, and if you watch it during the day or in the morning, have a good morning or good afternoon. Stay safe. Wear your mask. You must wear your mask. I preach it all the time. Bye.